Let's head to Columbus. Ohio State gets their crack at a couple elite wide receivers. A couple of the best wide receivers in America will be on campus, including the number 1 ranked wide receiver, Dakorien Moore, and also Vernell Brown III. Let's start with Dakorien Moore. He was in Nashville with us at the On3 Elite Series. We got to talk to him. He's an incredible human being, unbelievable player as well. Dakorien Moore steps on campus at Columbus, and it seems like Ohio State has a little bit of ground to make up here.
Well, this will be his 3rd time on campus this year, so they're certainly trying. And look, Brian Hartline has them in the thick of this recruitment. On a previous visit, he got a chance to watch Ohio State practice, and he liked the intensity of that wide receiver room. He thinks it's a place that could maximize his potential as a football player. But I agree. I think Ohio State's still playing from behind a little bit here. You get the sense that Texas is the team to beat, spending time with him and his family this weekend and talking to other people with knowledge of the recruitment. But Ohio State and Oregon are programs that Dakorien spoke very highly of. He's excited for these official visits. He's also going to get to LSU next weekend for his official visit to Baton Rouge. So the Tigers, the place he was formerly committed to, are still in play. But it's Ohio State's turn this weekend, and we'll see if they can make a move on the Longhorns.
Yeah, if you spent time around Dakorien Moore this week, you know that Texas holds a special place in his recruitment. I wonder, though, after this weekend, if he'll be singing a different tune when it comes to Ohio State. So we'll talk more about him next week for sure. Now, another one that's trending in Texas's direction is linebacker Riley Pettijohn. It seems like Texas could close on him soon, but he is also in Columbus. Similar conversation that we just had with Moore, with Pettijohn.
Well, he had a great visit to Ohio State earlier this year, too. And, again, it's the coaching staff, the culture. The Sanchez family is doing a good job for Ohio State. Devin Sanchez, 5-star corner, committed to the Buckeyes, of peer recruiting these Lone Star State targets, Dakorien Moore, Riley Pettijohn. So it'll be interesting to see for him what his visit goes like this weekend too. But I think Texas is going to be one of the teams that we're talking about a lot this summer, and it's because of guys like Dakorien Moore and Riley Pettijohn, and it's up to these other programs to try and change that narrative with these official visits.
All right, now Vernell Brown III. Now it's no longer Texas versus Ohio State. This is the state of Florida versus Ohio State. Vernell Brown III, considering the big 3 in Florida, Miami, Florida State, and Florida, heavily. His dad played at Florida. Ohio State, though, Brian Hartline has them in a great position. We talked to Vernell this week.
I mean, there was a time where I thought Ohio State was the leader for Vernell. I don't feel that way, so they got to rekindle the old magic this weekend. Remind them, hey, this is why we led for you once before. This is the program that can maximize you as a player. We don't have a player like you right now on our roster. He's one of the most dynamic guys in the country. Ohio State absolutely covets him, so they're excited to get him back on campus. But Florida and Florida State are the programs that have the momentum right now for Vernell Brown.
All right, and then the last name we want to hit on is edge Justin Hill. He is in Columbus this weekend. What do you think of this recruitment?
Well, I actually think that Ohio State's got their hands full to keep him in state. You know, Alabama and Oregon are 2 others that have done a really good job of places that he could really see himself at. So Ohio State, the timing is right to get him back to campus because he was just at Oregon a couple weekends ago. There was a time where I thought Ohio State was the clear team to beat for Justin Hill. But they're going to have to battle to keep him in state. They're going to have to battle to keep on 300 running back Bo Jackson in state. He was at Georgia recently. He's got an upcoming official to Bama, but he's on his Ohio State visit this weekend.
Who else is on campus this weekend that's notable? Because there's a bunch. And if you guys can go to Letterman Row on the On3 Network. They do an incredible job of covering all things Ohio State recruiting and football. They have a full list. But, Steve, who else is notable coming into Columbus this weekend?
Well, they got quite a few guys on campus this weekend. One prospect that I have an on-3 RPM in favor of Ohio State for is offensive lineman Henry Fanuku, who was recently in Columbus for the spring. That was a tone-setting visit. Yeah. Talked to people around the high school. They thought that Ohio State had set the bar in that recruitment. Now, he was recently at SMU for their Pony Express recruiting weekend. There's some other suitors in there that are maybe making it attractive, but Ohio State is the one that I like right now for Henry Fanuku.
Should be an exciting weekend. Ohio State fans, let us know how you feel. Comment section below.